So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about expanding deserts, what effects it has, what the problems are, and a possible solution. Expanding deserts are pretty self-explanatory just from its name. It's a desert and it expands into semi-arid regions around it, and it creates those semi-arid regions into a desert. But let's start off by talking about what is a desert, because that's something that a lot of people don't get. You might think a desert is a place where there's a bunch of sand dunes, maybe a couple cacti that live around it, and of course, desertic ecosystem. However, you're actually wrong. Deserts could actually be placed anywhere in the world, whether it be in the North America, South America, the Arctic Circle, the Antarctic Circle, doesn't matter where, as long as it follows the rule of having 25 centimeters or less precipitation annually. Since precipitation is water, it doesn't matter what form or state of water comes down from the sky, as long as it's precipitation of water. So when I say precipitation, that could easily mean snow, right? Because that's frozen water. Hail, once again, frozen water, or just normal regular rain. Which means a desert could easily be in the Arctic, where it's sub-zero temperatures and snow comes falling from the sky. Now we know what a desert is. We have a slight idea what expanding deserts are. Let's look at the effects from expanding deserts. Firstly, most importantly, expanding deserts affect farmlands in semi-arid regions. When crops are hit with more sunlight than usual and less precipitation than usual, they can't grow properly. And that's a problem for farmers. At the same time, it's very difficult for any animal to live in a place where it's 40 degrees during the day and minus 10 degrees during the night. Now, if we look at what it does to the actual ecosystem, we kind of have to have an idea of the climate change. Now, since there's no precipitation, there are no clouds. And since there are no clouds, during the day, the sun rays directly hit off the ground and heat up the ground so much that it could get up to 40 degrees Celsius, if not more. However, when it's cold, that would be during the night. Because since these sun rays have nothing holding them back, they reflect off the surface, and now the Earth is cooling really quickly without anything warming it up or holding its heat. Therefore, during the night, it could actually the temperature could actually be below freezing point. For example, it could be minus 10 degrees Celsius. One solution that I came up to this problem was to create artificial lakes around the desert. Now, I don't mean create artificial lakes so that when the water expands into water vapor and the water cycle is created, that it rains all over the desert and the desert disappears. No, I'm saying to create lakes around the desert so that we create a boundary line between the desert and semi-arid regions so that the desert can expand and is contained. This works well if the water is kept warm, because warm water creates precipitation. However, cool water actually creates a dryness. So when we're going, for example, to the Arctic and we want to create more precipitation, what we would have to do is we'd have to increase the water temperature. We don't have to increase it by much. We just have to increase it so it's warm water and it creates precipitation. And with the solution, we'll make sure that the expanding deserts are contained, that no ecosystems are broken, and that we as humans can focus on other climate change problems and potentially survive longer as a human race.